Que lo que, Knicks fans? Welcome to another episode of Knicks Fans Wildin', and we are back. We're back home after a long road trip where the Knicks went 3-2. I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought we was gonna go 1-4, but the squad battled, and we went 3-2, and now we back home with a couple tough games at home. But we got a lot to talk about today. There's a lot of rumors. The rumor mill is starting to ramp up. We have to talk about that road trip. There was a lot to be seen there. RJ Barrett had a roller coaster. So we got a lot to talk about. So we got to bring in the fellas. First off, the vibe. Don Juan, tell the people who's really good.
What's going on? What's going on? Don Juan in the building. This is Knicks fans Wiley coming out the off the ball network. Feeling a little good, feeling a little nice. A little more energy, right? You feel me? Been a little sad these last couple of weeks, but West Coast trip is now. I mean, let's not even. West Coast trip was a good one, but Thanksgiving around the corner. I'm looking forward to the food, spending time with
Oh,
the fam.
nice.
Good
Okay.
feels, good vibes. It's a nice little break and a couple days without no Nick games too. So I'm
I
enjoying
see.
the moment, man. I'm enjoying the moment.
I see you locked in. Are you watching the Knicks highlights behind you? What you watching over
Nah,
there? Lakers game?
I got the Laker game up here.
Okay, so
I
so
just
let
saw
me
the.
see Don Juan taking a step back. He's watching some Laker game.
I was watching Nets and Philly, and that was, I mean, that was a bad
Yeah,
loss for that one team, But I don't want to talk about them and give too much shine because that's an organization that we don't really like on this side. But make sure to subscribe to the channel though. I forgot to mention that, man. This is the Knicks fans wild in episode 37, doing big things out here, man. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.
for sure, man. And man, six man, Zebo again. This guy's becoming a regular on the show.
Was
What's
good,
going
man.
on, Zebo?
It's good, bro. I'm feeling good, bro. I feel refreshed, man. We had that, we had that good little vacation. We had that dub, man. So first row went for the guys. So I
Hey.
feel good, man. I feel refreshed.
Yeah,
Back in the city. Let's
Zebo
get it.
not wasting no time, no holding no punches. We gotta talk about this road trip.
Yeah,
The
yeah, bro.
Knicks went 3-2, man. 3-2. And so, Don Juan, let's kick it right off. How would you rate this trip? 3-2 trip, 1 through 10. Give me a 1 through 10 number.
Damn, 1 through 10. I mean, 1 through 10. If I have to rate it, because I was gonna say it was a good road trip, right? Good, I would say it's like a 6, 7, right? That's my range. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't clean. It was a lot of mistakes and whatnot. But at the same time, you gotta look at the bigger picture and you look at the numbers and standings. Knicks went 3-2 against a lot of tough teams in the West, man. Realistically, a lot of those teams were really good at home as well. So to come out and get some dubs, I didn't predict. I was far from. I mean, I think I predicted 1-4 if I'm not mistaken. Last episode, I was far from a 3-2. So it just it just shows that this team does have some fight in them. Granted, we're just not at that tier level to beat like a team like the Warriors or the Suns, but we're winning games that are winnable. We were speaking about this in plenty of episodes where we're beating teams that we should be beating. Granted, it might just keep us out of 500 throughout the whole season, but we're winning these games that we should not be losing. There's no business in losing them. And for instance, like the OKC losing it at home, and then we come back and punch them in the mouth at their home, like that was really impressive. Like to come back and actually show some will. I mean, granted, we got some injuries too. That's something that I also like to mention that throughout this road trip, we lost a couple bodies: Derrick Rose, Cam Reddish, Mitch Robinson again yesterday. But a lot of the backups stepped up. I mean, we saw great play from Sims. McBride has played some valuable minutes in the last two games. Like I feel like these players, like well, not these players. I feel like I'm confident in the team enough that even if these players can miss a few games, we're still going to be able to compete with the teams that we should be beating. So I say 6, 7, 6, 7.
All right, man, that's a fair number overall. Yeah, you brought up a great points. I'll rate it like you as well. I'll rate it a 7 because you just gotta take that 3-2, man. You gotta take. It's a 7, but it's skewed into a 9.5 for me because I was at Denver and we
Hey,
won
that's a
there
fact.
since the first time since 2006. The was going crazy through the aisles. People had to tell me to calm down. It was a regular season game, and I was not hearing it because I was going crazy. Me and Zebo was there. Zebo, if you look at the film, Zebo was right there, right behind the basket, man. It was
Yo,
a great win, Zebo. I'm gonna kick it to you. Uh, how would you rate this trip, and how was that Denver trip that we was on, bro?
Yo, it was solid, man. To be yo, so it's crazy. So before I was gonna give it the the road trip overall, I was gonna give it a solid 7. But the fact that we got that win in Denver and we haven't won there in 16 years, I'm giving it. I have to give it an 8. Because for us to go into that stadium, and granted, I'm not gonna lie, we did get lucky. Because the Joker wasn't playing, top three in the world, and Aaron Gordon wasn't playing, and Julius Randle feasted on that game. I'm not gonna lie. That was the best. I mean, obviously live for me, best game I've seen. But to see, honestly, that was the best performance from Julius Randle this season. So
For
yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna give it a solid 8, man. Because for us, I mean, that's not an easy road trip. I mean, for us to go to Denver, for us to go ahead and go to Phoenix and regardless of what you guys think about OKC, like SGA is real. So for us to go in there and get that dub, and from all the inconsistencies we did see from our boy RJ Barrett, for us to go in there and
Mm.
get that 3-2 record, I'll give it a solid 8, man, because it's exactly what I expected. I expected us just to steal one of those games, and obviously we had that game in Denver, so for us to go 3-2, yeah, solid 8, man. Everybody did their thing all around, so
Nah, yeah, man. It was we can't discount the fact of Utah. Utah is the hottest team in the West, so we
Yeah.
go into Utah, we get a W there, and then, okay, the Joker is out, but we played Denver on a back to back in the thin air in Denver. Trust me, I was there. I ran up a hill and I felt like I was dying. So
yo,
these players were sick. RJ, Randall, we could see them. They were really sick. A lot of the team was sick. We win there in Denver. We get blown out in Golden State. It's a team that was searching for a win, and they just said they're not going to lose. They're the defending champ. They came out
right.
that day and they said they're not going to lose, and they beat us up. The Phoenix one I could say was a little disappointing. No CP3, no Cam Johnson, but listen, even the players that came in for those guys, they just competed harder than the Knicks players that game. So wasn't ready for Phoenix, but hey, salvaged the trip in OKC on another back to back. So you're talking about they played 5 games in 7 days. I
That's
mean,
a lot.
we could
Yeah.
discount a lot of things. We can say a lot of things about this Knicks. They're mid, they're that, but they battled this West Coast trip, and it's early in the season, and they kept their season afloat. Because
Yeah.
listen, if they would have came back 1-4, 0-5,
Oh
you're talking
man.
about
Oh
Tom
nah. Oh, it would
Thibodeau
have been. Oh
might
nah.
not might have not had a job, and
Yo,
who knows?
that's a fact. That's 100%. And honestly, just to jump off that point, bro. Regardless of what people say, bro, the Utah Jazz are one of the best teams right now in the West. So for
They
us to
are
get
the
that
best
win,
team.
they are the best team right now. I think still record wise right now. So for us to go in there and get that dub in Utah, nah, yeah, man. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed in the rating for you guys. Honestly, I should be giving it a solid 8 because
Hey, I
for us
gave
to
it a
go in
I
Utah,
gave it a 9.5 with my
even
skewed
9.5.
number. With my skewed number, I gave it a 9.5 with my skewed number, so I'll take that. But topic of conversation moving forward, RJ Barrett's road trip. I mean, wow, that was one of the craziest road trip. The man went 0 for 9 in Denver from three. They said he was sick, and he just continuously does not play well. I mean, does not start the season well. And a lot of Knicks fans were starting to say, time to bring him off the bench,
Yeah,
time
that's
to
wrong.
time to take him out the starting lineup. And yesterday he bounced back, had 25 points, hit three threes, which he was at 1.0 for 19 from three. That's just insane. But anyways, fellas, after that RJ Barrett game last game, do you believe he's back, Don Juan?
Well, I believe he's back. Honestly, man, he had a good game yesterday, like you said. But I don't believe he's back, man. He still does so many, mistakes. He made a couple tough shots. He definitely made some threes. I mean, I hope he's feeling good. I hope he's feeling better. I'm not gonna say, bro. I'm not gonna say that I'm out on him and whatnot, but I don't think he's back. I think he's still still taking these tough shots. I don't think he's really creating separation. It's really difficult for him out there, man. He's making these tough shots right now, but I don't see any. I still don't see a game that it's gonna end up with him being a star, or the guy that's leading us in the long run.
Yeah,
And granted, he's gonna have games like this throughout the season, but I'm not a believer. I know last couple episodes I said, my not expectations. I still think he has a chance to be something like a Middleton or like nah, Jimmy Butler, I would say, but still, like
those are big time players, though, bro.
yeah, but those are number two, number three, and I still don't. That's like the ceiling. Those are ceilings that I think he
Okay,
can be there in the long run, but as of right now, I don't think he's gonna end up flourishing into that.
let Zebo. Let
He's
Zebo
not
talk.
really creating any space. People
Zebo,
are really
tread
locking him
lightly,
up.
bro.
Yo,
Yesterday,
bro.
who he had guarding him? He didn't really have nobody guarding him. It was an up and down game. So I'm not gonna go ahead and be like, oh, he's back because he played OKC, who plays no defense. And I mean, and on top of the fact he had like 7, 8 turnovers yesterday. Like, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
wow.
Really bad
I was
turnovers.
about to say. I was about to say. I missed that point, by the way.
Nah,
The
that was
six
the
turnovers
biggest
were
highlight of
crazy.
yesterday. Like
Yeah.
he might have shot efficiently yesterday, but the turnovers was crazy.
Yeah, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, Dunwall. You talk about that because I was thinking about a comp for RJ Barrett, and I'll be honest, bro. I think he's gonna be Rudy Gay. I think he's just gonna be
Oh
Oh
Rudy
my
my.
Gay.
goodness.
I honestly think he's gonna be Rudy Gay, and that's honestly that's not even a bad thing. Is that really a
It's
bad
not,
thing?
it's not, it's not.
Because he's been in the league, bro. I think
When
he's
we
still in the
pick
league.
RJ third overall, yes, that is a bad thing.
That
I
is
really don't.
you mentioned that, yeah.
I mean, Rudy Gay's had a solid career. I think he's just going to be one of those guys where you look at him and you like, nah, you definitely know, like this dude right here is going to be nice. But when he just plays, it doesn't equate to that. I think he's just going to be I think he's going to be a solid NBA player. But other than that, I think that's what's going to be that's
And,
going to be his ceiling. He's just going to be a
and
solid NBA dude.
Rudy Gay is super athletic, and RJ really isn't like all that athletic either. So
But but when you look at them, you see the potential. Is just I don't, but I just think their
it's like the
ceiling
same
is
story, same storyline. Like this is a guy you
exactly
expected to be
not very
way better than
efficient.
what he is,
Exactly,
especially at this
both of
point.
them are just not. Yeah, and both of them are just not that efficient. And I mean, just for me, I mean, for me personally, I mean, y'all know I've been the biggest RJ Barrett critic
Hater.
out of
Oh,
this whole
critic.
group.
You
As
calling
far
it critics?
Yeah, I'm calling it a critic. I'm not gonna say it hater because I haven't been hating. Because look, I'll be honest. Those reports about sending him in the bench, I think that's overreacting. I don't think we should. I don't think he should be coming out the bench. I think what he need. I think him personally, he needs to start. He needs to start realizing that he needs to start letting the game come to him. Like you could tell in the OKC game, you could tell he was real. Like you could tell the stress and everything else is starting to get to him. Like you can tell in these games the way he's shooting that shot, the way he's shooting, the way he's dribbling the ball, just in general, you could tell this. You could tell the talk and everything else is starting to get to him. So, I mean, for me, as far as him coming off the bench, I don't think so. I think he just needs to relax. He needs to relax. He needs to start realizing like, yo, that's why Jalen Brunson is here. Jalen Brunson is here to make the game easier for him. Like Jalen Brunson just takes the pressure away from Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, and so he needs to
Mm.
really start realizing that. And so I'm hoping that within the season, I don't need this man to be dropping 25 a game. Like I don't mind him dropping his 18, 20 points a game. Just do it efficiently, take care of the ball, and we'll be good. Just give again. That's why we have Jalen Brunson here. So again, man, don't that bringing out the bench. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know me. I'm one of RJ's biggest fan
Oh,
here.
we know,
And
we know.
listen, they say he was sick. You could look. He's not as bad as he was playing in this West Coast trip. And look, I don't want to coddle the man or do nothing, but you know, we seen him just continuously improve every year. Came into the league averaging 14 points a game, second year 17, last year 20. So he's been improving, and people forget he is 22 years old. He is 22 years old, and he's a hard worker. All off season, you don't even see videos of him. You see him locked in grind. And listen, this year I'm not making excuses, but he did come in a little big. He came in a little big, like Mitchell Robinson last year. Everybody was like, "Oh, Mitch put on weight," but he was like too fat. And I don't know. the same thing with RJ. I mean, he's just not moving at like he's just stiff. Um, does missing layups? Like, come on, like those are layups, layups.
Missing left-handed layups
You're a
too.
professional basketball player, you know. And granted, he doesn't get foul calls either, but that's something that you just have to learn to play through. So I I still believe in RJ. Rudy Gay and all these other comparisons is a little too low for me. You know, I want to see him model his game. You know, we don't have the offensive system, but somebody like Andrew Wiggins who could just move without the ball, hit that corner three when he's open, and be a valuable number two. He was the number two guy last year when the Warriors won their NBA championship. But you know, we don't have that number one guy, so it's really hard to see that with RJ because he tries to do more than he's expected. I mean,
Exactly.
everybody's learning their game right now. You know, we here in New York, we're passionate. We want everything quick, but it's only 18 games into the season. You know, 15% of the games have been played. So these players are learning each other, learning the way they move. And yesterday, granted, it was OKC, but the mid three, as they call them, they played extremely well. You know, Julius, RJ, and Brunson, if they can give that effort every game, we're going to be fighting. We're going to be a tough team, and that's all we want to see here with the
Not
squad.
yet.
So,
That's a
Not
fact.
Nah, yeah,
Nah,
I
nah,
agree,
you,
bro. Yo, if we can see, yo, honestly, if he can give us the Andrew Wiggins type of production, I'll be content with that. But the problem is that again, Andrew Wiggins not he knocks it down when they give him the ball. I mean,
yeah, but
again,
how
we
old
we
is
were we
Wiggins?
again we were at that. He's probably well, I mean, he came
yeah,
in what probably like 18, came in young too. He's probably
So
like
yeah.
probably like probably 3 years older than him. But I mean,
I
regardless
think
though,
Andrew Wiggins is hitting his prime right now, and RJ is 6 years away from that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Google it right now.
No,
Andrew
it is around there.
Wiggins,
It is around there. I also think
he's
that Wiggins, you know,
28, 27, about to be 28 years old
Wiggins
this year.
definitely has some years that he has some low
Very low
low
efficient
efficiency.
efficient, right?
numbers, and he was, you know, missing a lot of shots and whatnot. So it's definitely go. I guess it's a Canadian thing. You know, it takes a little while for y'all to figure it out.
Whoa.
But I also think that with Brunson, it is gonna take time to get used to this usage. Brunson gets a lot of usage, gets a lot of he's holding it, but he's with the ball mainly most of the time. And you know, Randall's gonna have to get used to not being with the ball. RJ's not gonna have to get used to without being with the ball. So it's like almost like RJ feels like I gotta really ball out when I got the ball. I really gotta do my thing. It's like forcing the matter. It
Knowing he
it,
doesn't
it,
really
it
have
was
to.
it was nice with OKC, but in that road trip, I felt like that was a lot of what was going on, where he was just like, "I got the ball, I gotta go take it in," missing
Yeah.
some easy shots, and to the point where Tibbs had to bench him because it's like this is actually hurting us right now.
No,
So it
same
was
thing. With,
nice
no,
to see
same thing with
Tibbs do that.
Julius.
It was nice to see Tibbs do that, but at the same time, like he
I
doesn't
never
always
seen
do,
Randall
you know,
bench.
and does he do that? He doesn't always do that at Randall, like you know, it's like
Exactly.
Yeah.
so it's one of
You
those
don't
things
be
too, you know, the
you don't
politics.
be benching Julius. I don't know what Julius got on Tiz, man.
Yo, for real. Nah, because there was a few times. I'm not gonna lie. Or Julius does have this. The only difference between Julius and RJ is that Julius is obviously he's more efficient than RJ. But yeah, not
Barely.
Julius has the. I don't know. I
Well,
wouldn't say
I'm not
I
gonna
wouldn't
lie. I'm
say
not gonna
bar-
lie.
I wouldn't say barely, but the other difference is that they honestly Julius takes advantages on his matchups because honestly all the forwards he did have against him he killed them.
Dog.
He was
Bro,
dogging. So
he spins in the air and throws it to the third row. But we're not doing
stop.
the Julius RJ battle. We'll save that for another day.
This is how
Right.
the Civil War
Yeah,
begins.
there's a lot more to talk about, including a
Oh man.
bombshell report that came out today. Uh, not today, but today got more coverage with Fred Katz of the Athletic. He reported that Emmanuel Quickly, the Knicks are listening to phone calls on
Uh,
Quickly, and reportedly the Knicks want a first round pick for Quick. It doesn't mention any players. It just says the Knicks are trying to keep on adding to these draft picks that they have as they continuously look for a star, man. So the Knicks six man might be on the move. I'm not gonna lie to you, Zebo. A lot of content creators been calling me about you, trying to recruit you, but I hang up the phone, bro. I'm not really trying to get rid of you for a first rounder. But let me talk about this first, because quickly he's such a, how could I say it? Quick. right? So the Knicks, you look at quickly, right, for the last 3 years, and you just feel like the Knicks kind of have let him down because his rookie year, Alfred Payton was here. He was starting. Quick was a rookie, but already by midseason, February, March, you could see that quickly could have been playing over Alfred Payton. So you don't play him that much as far as starting and seeing what he has his first year. Then last year, Kemba was a wash. We squashed that early, and then you start Alec Burks over quickly. So again, you miss another opportunity to late in the year where he starts killing to really see like what do you have in this player. And now when we in this summer trying to trade for a superstar, they want way more than quickly because what have the Knicks haven't unleashed quickly. Like you don't see just quickly just getting run. So you feel like the Knicks disappointed there. So as far as trying to trade Emmanuel quickly now, it's hard for me to say because okay, we get another first round pick, right? This front office hasn't shown that they can land the plane. That Donovan Mitchell trade, they fumbled it and they didn't land the plane. So now you get more picks for what? Like, what are you gonna do with these picks? We don't know. We don't trust it. But in saying that, there's nobody untradeable on this team. If somebody calls about Jalen Brunson right now, you have to listen. You have to listen. There is nobody that's not tradable on the Knicks. Everybody's open. The office is open for business. So starting December 15th, the Knicks have a lot of chances and they have to make a lot of calls because this roster is just too cluttered.
Yeah.
It's just way too cluttered. So as far as getting a first round pick for Emmanuel quickly, man, it depends. It depends because I just don't trust this front office. Don't get me wrong. It's not like quickly is untradeable for me. I would trade quickly, but he's a good player on a cheap contract for 2 more years, and he just does so much. His rebounding has improved tremendously. His shooting has been off this year, but you think that'll come back? He could drive. He's a great passer as well. So I really don't feel like the Knicks should trade quickly, especially for a first round pick. But hey, man, we'll see what happens. Don Juan, what you think about this IQ rumor?
Well, it's interesting considering the fact that he's picked up a lot of the slack as of late. So it seems like his stock value is going up if people are calling. But it's interesting that, like you said, that the Knicks are willing to trade him for a first round pick. Now I could try to make sense of it where they try to get rid of him because of a contract situation. He is eligible for a contract extension this summer. But at the same time, like if you do trade him now just for a pick, like for a person that's actually a rotation player that essentially is a six man, he's the best player coming off the bench. So why would you even try to ruin that, unless you're trying to blow it up and rebuild. So to get a first round pick, I don't think that helps us now. But at the same time, let's say if it's the Pistons, which I wouldn't understand why they would trade their first round pick. Let's say if it's next year's first round pick, like that doesn't make any sense. So uh, I wouldn't do that for a late first
But
rounder.
let's
When
say a team like I put this earlier on the Twitter. Let's say a team like the Raptors offers a first round pick. A playoff team that's very fringe. What would you say to
Nah,
that?
I wouldn't.
Nah,
I don't think they're very French though. The Raptors, they're a good team. I would put them better than us, already.
yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't put them French. I would say, at the end of the day, it's gonna be still a top 20 pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
So
that's what you would want to see maybe for quick.
for quick,
I
I mean,
think.
I would hope for something better. We got him already in the late first rounder, so I just wouldn't be willing to give him up for that later first round pick. You know, It has to
Yeah,
be some guaranteed for sure.
I feel
Granted,
you.
I don't know what his market is, so maybe that is what the market is. I'm valuing. I'm also a Nick fan. Putting a little more value to him myself. I would
Yeah,
hope that we trade him for something better, considering that in that draft, IQ is a steal. You know what I mean? And then as of late, like I said, he's stepped up everywhere. Like I mean, efficiently, he's still working on it, but he gets hot. He's been playing great defense, which is what we need in this system and on this team right now, especially on the perimeter. Like this dude has done a complete 180. Like it's something new. It's something
yeah,
new we could really embrace him now fully. I feel like before there was always little things he had to work on to actually get on the floor. He did a lot of things that was like, okay, I understand why you don't play so many minutes. Maybe this is why we need D Rose. But as of right now, he's literally the best man off the bench. Plays great defense, whether he's off or on or not. He has to be playing because there's nobody else that we could play at the moment, and there's some value on that. And I feel like any team could take advantage of that. And I feel like the Knicks can't trade him for like a late first rounder just to get a first round pick.
Yeah, I mean that's how they've been operating. I mean, we just punted our lottery pick to get more first rounders. So
that, that,
and you look at
that's
the
the
Donovan
truth.
Mitchell trade up. The Jazz wanted Grimes. It wasn't even like quickly was a sticking point. Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they wanted quickly, they could have had quickly easily. The sticking point was kind of more Grimes and RJ. So we value quickly because we think highly of him. But like I mentioned earlier, like I just feel like the Knicks have fumbled the bag with Quick because I think he's capable of so much more, and I don't think he has that value. Like I really feel like a team like the Raptors or like play a team that's like
A
fighting for
contender.
playoff, yeah,
Yeah.
contender status that they need like another more piece. I'm just throwing the Raptors out. I haven't looked at
I
their
mean, that's a
roster.
good. I feel like that's a good team that would be eyeing a little bit like a spark off the bench right now to really help
Yeah,
them, especially because their guard game isn't really good. I know they have Van Vliet, but besides that, they just have a bunch of big like forwards. They could
yeah,
I could
have
see him.
get
I
like
could see him in the
quickly
Suns. Like honestly, in
Suns
the
exactly.
too,
Suns, he
Suns too.
in the Suns because I think
Uh,
he's better than what's his name, the
yeah,
lefty
Cameron.
that
but
they
the
got.
Suns, that's a late 20 pick. I mean, if the Knicks trade him for the Suns, that's just like, come on, like what are we doing here now?
Well, we said
Yeah.
we wasn't gonna talk about it, but they have been rumored to be interested in Jay Crowder. Maybe if it's like a first round pick and Jay Crowder for IQ. But even still,
Ah,
like
come on,
that
no,
that that
more
that's not
forwards
that's
in
not
here.
something I would want to do just because no, I've been calling kind of for D Rose's name for a bit. I've been hoping that we trade him or he just retires, but he
Yeah,
got to retire on his own terms.
it's
But
time.
he just got hurt, but he was also in the rumor mill. And I felt like, if we could trade him and get somebody like Jay Crowder, that makes sense. But not IQ, man. Not IQ and a
But
late first round pick.
Jay Crowder doesn't make sense at all on this team. Like, where are you playing Jay Crowder?
Well, we gotta get rid of a lot. Well, we gotta get rid of D Rose and Fournier.
But he's a four though. He plays the four.
He plays 3-4. He could do 3-4.
But three is even worse. We got Grimes, RJ, and Cam now at the
Yeah, but
three.
with Mitch, Mitch, look at the injuries. We got Cameron's hurt already. We got Mitch is another one that's like inconsistent, like in terms of like we can't rely on Mitch. So whenever we play the small ball offense that we seems to be like the coach seems to be running it more often,
Hmm.
it's gonna be more minutes at the four and at the three because everybody's gonna drop. Cameron is gonna play the four at times, and Jay Crowder at the end of the day, like he fits a lot of our needs. I'm not saying that I would do that trade just cause, but if we trade in Fournier and Derrick Rose for Jay Crowder, I'll be so with it because, like you said, there is a glut on this team of guards and even wings.
Yeah, it's just a glut team. Even
So
center
if we could
position
at
now.
least get two players that aren't playing that could possibly help somebody, and the contracts match, give me Jay Crowder. Why not?
I don't know. I just don't like his fit on this team because we just have a glut everywhere. Even the center position, Sims is impressive, but
Oh yeah,
he's nice.
that's actually someone
I
that
was
we
gonna
could
bring
talk
that
about.
I was gonna bring that up, man. Like shout out to Jericho Sims because he was he was big for us this road trip. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, he
Huge,
was, he was.
huge. But Zibo, real quick, what you think about that IQ?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm a little torn because what Don Juan said is spot on. Like I've seen and we saw it live, honestly, in that game in Denver. Like he actually really saved us in that fourth quarter with his defense on Jamal Murray and the point in the backup point and the point guard they have right now. So yeah, I'm a little torn because because I'm seeing the improvement. I'm starting to see him get time. And yeah, the shot has been a little inconsistent, but I'm starting to see the effort on defense. I'm seeing him do all the little things that I hope to really see. And so I am a little torn about it, but at the same time, um if we have to trade him for picks, we have to do it. Because honestly, one of my concerns moving forward is that we were going to be stuck because no one wanted none of our guys. Like when you hear these people on TV, talk about the value of our players. No one necessarily wants them, and to hear that someone actually wants our player and for a first round pick, it is. I'm not gonna lie, it is positive. It is very positive to hear. So I am a little torn because what you said, Triple M is right. I feel like he hasn't really gotten the opportunity. Like we haven't really given him the keys to go ahead and do what he has to do. But at the same time, I mean, again, boys, we need a star. Like as
Yeah,
much as we need someone here, and so if they, I mean, load up with as much draft picks as possible because we need that difference maker.
Yeah.
yeah, man. We definitely need a star, but it's tough because I feel like the more picks we get, the more teams want to just try to scheme us. I feel like that's what happened in Utah. They saw all our picks and they're like, "Nah, we want all of it. Like we want to just
Yeah.
get you out." So we get more picks. The next star, they're gonna be like, "Man, we want all of it." So I mean, that's a conversation for another day,
Yeah,
fellas,
yeah,
man. But let's see what the future holds for IQ. Players that sign as free agents can officially be traded starting December 15th. So I think the 15th to February 6th, I believe, is the trade deadline. We're gonna be hearing a lot of Knicks trade rumors, and Knicks 125% have to make a move. Like they have to make a move. We can't go this whole year with this roster. It's just too cluttered,
Yeah.
and we just need to get some kind of value for our players. So whatever it
yeah.
is, we're definitely gonna be on top of all of it. But fellas, let's finish off the show as we always do, as we look forward to these next 4 games. Excuse me. It doesn't get easy for the New York Knicks. You know, they come back home now and they play a couple very good teams. Uh, First off, Friday they come back and they play the Blazers at home. Then they go play the Grizzlies again at home, and then they go visit the Pistons at Detroit, and then they come back home and play the Bucks. So
And the Pistons again? Yo.
I feel like we played them 10 times this year.
For
I think that's
real.
why
I
we
mean,
got nine.
I don't mind it though. Hey.
I think that's why we got 9 wins because we played them like 10 times. But whatever, man. The Pistons, yes, sir. So listen, I'm gonna go first. I forgot the record last week. I gotta look it up. Who went right? Who went wrong? Um, this is tough. This is tough to predict
Yeah.
because I said it in the beginning of the year. The Knicks are gonna be serious. They have to win at least 25 games at home. They have to go 25 and 16 at home. And listen, these are home games. I'm gonna just split it down the middle, 2-2. I thought John Moran will be back, will be out, but it looked like his ankles are just. He's like I don't know what he is. He's like a lizard. He just recovers quickly. He already playing today, which I find incredible. The Blazers without Dame, we got to win that game. We got to take that W after a few games off. So we got to win that game. Then we got to beat the Pistons. Obviously, no Kate Cunningham, so we got to take care of the Pistons, and then the Bucks. We just don't. We can't beat teams with superstars yet. So I don't see us winning that game. I'm gonna split down the middle, 2-2. What you think about that, Don Juan?
2-2. I mean, that's 2-2 is what I would is what you would want, as a Knicks fan. I mean, maybe 4-0, obviously. That's the easiest one, but just respecting the teams that we're facing. But besides that, I mean, it could go 1-3 too, man. I'm looking at the Blazers. The Blazers, even without Dame, they've been playing pretty good.
Yeah,
Dame
Simmons is a
Dame
baller.
missed Dame missed some games already before prior to this injury, and he's been playing well. But like you said, Triple M, these are home games. Once you get the fans involved, like it does change a lot. Hopefully, we could get Cam back in there. That could change a lot of things because I would love to see Cam and Grimes like just close out a game and see what we could have out there potentially. But in saying all that, I say 2-2. I mean, the Blazers gotta win that game without Dame, man. I feel like that's another game where we could see Jalen Brunson just cook Simons. Jalen Brunson's been on a tear, and I feel like that he ain't there's no one out there that can stop him right now, especially with this
Mm.
confidence building. That 5 game trip, that 5 game road trip was really uh for me at least cemented that he's the
We
best
gonna
player
start
on the
the
team.
All Star drums. We gonna start the All Star
I
drums.
feel like we gotta start ringing them, and I feel like because the Knicks fans is such a big, it's such a big fan base that we could really get him in there just with our vote, just with the public vote. But I think, like I said, I think that run, that 5 game road trip, kind of set the bar, or at least set a standard on the team. Like, look, Jalen Brunson is probably the guy that we should be following right now. He's the one taking control, taking initiative, being efficient, which is something that we need on this team. That I think that that I'm making a big deal out of this Portland game, but I feel like he's gonna be the guy to lead us even throughout these games. I feel like 2-2 is the right answer. It could potentially be three, three,
Hmm.
3-1 if we could like take advantage of Ja Morant's injury. Ja
Yeah,
Morant, that injury is really ridiculous. I mean, bro, he
he's
he
back.
twisted his ankle really bad, and he's back like in 2 3 days. Like it doesn't make any
He's
sense.
at
I was
30.
debating whether I should pick up Tyus Jones in fantasy basketball.
I picked him up.
Oh, that was
That's
your pick.
fair.
Oh,
That's
bro, I was
fair.
debating. I had a whole like morning of me like, damn, who I'm gonna drop? I'm gonna drop Mitchell Robinson for this guy. Mitchell Robinson been dealing with an injury,
Yeah.
been a headache to deal with him. And Tyus Jones was like, we
Hey
saw
man,
last
I'll trade
year.
you. I'll trade you Ty Jones for Mitchell Robinson.
Nah, not anymore. I was expecting a little bit longer of a layout, but John Morant, he's a great player, superstar in
Hey,
this
he had
league.
34 points today, Don Juan.
Who?
John Morant,
Nah, yeah, that guy is incredible.
34 points.
Bro,
Offense
his
coming
ankle
back.
damn near touched the floor, bro. That it was a
Yeah,
really bad injury.
that was nuts.
And he's back, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna give it his all in New York. But the fans gonna be involved, so maybe we could still win against
I don't
Memphis.
know. He might go off for 50, man. He might just go off for 50 at the con. Yeah, man. Zebo, what's up, man? What you thinking? What you thinking?
Yeah,
Zebo
bro.
gonna
Nah,
say
I'm gonna
4
get
and
it.
0.
No. I ain't gonna say 4-0. Honestly, I think I was right. I think I have to roll back the tape, but I'm pretty sure I was right on that West Coast trip. I
I
think I
think
either
you were. I
said
think
three.
out of all of us, you might have
I
been
think
the
I said two.
the closest,
Yo,
especially
cause
because you said Triple M gonna pull up in Denver. He gonna steal it. I remember
yo,
that.
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah. He
told
called
y'all.
it. He called it. He
I
called it.
I
Get,
called
You
it,
called
man.
it, and you deserve your flowers. Where the
Let's get it.
fans?
yo,
Nah, so we
I'm gonna
definitely let
get
me
this
see.
broadcaster popping.
Let's get it. But no, I think for man, honestly, just to be realistic, I think 2-2. I think
We all
Milwaukee.
going the safe
Yeah,
route here.
no, we have to keep it safe because man, we have to put respect on the teams we playing. I mean, the Bucks. I don't. No comment, bro. They're just
Yeah.
that great.
Hey,
I can't even say anything. As far as Detroit, that should be a winnable game for us. And then yeah, I think we could steal either Portland or we could steal either the Portland or the Memphis game. We just need again, it's like Don Juan said, we just need either our we need both RJ Barrett and Julius Randle to be efficient, take care of the ball. And again, if Jalen Brunson can have a big game in one of those two, we'll come out with the dub. So yeah. So two and
Let's
two.
get it. Let's get it, man. The guys is feeling good. Listen, if the Knicks finish next week and they're 11-11, we're just gonna be going talking about the same thing all year. It's just this team is just. You know what's frustrating with this team, man, especially in the road trip. That game in Denver, even without Jokic, they played great effort, defense, everything. Then they just lay an egg in Golden State and Phoenix. And then they play very good in OKC, like the
oh,
big
back to
three.
back.
And it's like, yo, this team either plays real good or real bad. There's just like no middle with this team, man. Ah, man,
Yo,
so
it's funny that
frustrating.
you mentioned that, bro. I was literally on my way to work. I work in the morning, got a long drive to get to Queens and whatnot. And I'm like, yo, we really don't know what to expect from this team on a nightly basis. It's really
Nah,
tough to like look forward to them playing where we don't know what to expect. Obviously, when it gets a little close to game time, you get a little hype, like game, but you really don't know what you're gonna expect.
nah,
You
you don't.
really don't know.
You
You
don't.
mean hold on. You mean you don't know what you're going to expect from Julius Randle and RJ Barrett? Because honestly, out of every player in our team, I know what I'm going to get from Jalen Brunson every day,
Mm.
every night.
I
I just don't
mean,
know what I'm gonna get from everybody else. To be
Yes,
honest with
sir.
you.
That's
you
a
got a
fact.
point. He did have a bad game, I think, against the Warriors. He had a
Yeah,
bad
Yeah,
game.
but
unfortunately.
honestly, but I think that's a bit. But that's honestly has been his one bad game. The rest of the games he's been
The
good.
mid
Like
guy, he's a mid guy for sure. His mid game looking crazy, but you
yeah,
already know the vibe, man. Thank y'all for watching another episode of Knicks Fans Wild. And make sure to hit that like button for the guys. Make sure to subscribe for the guys, man. And Don Juan, what you gotta say before we get up out of here?
Hey, for my sport fans out there, make sure you check out the Ball Network. Go to offtheballnetwork.com for your everyday sport needs. Like Triple M said, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And I mean, yo, y'all got the channel buzzing right now. Y'all got the channel buzzing. The views on the shorts and the reels. Got a lot of followers on the IG. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow us on IG too, on Twitter. We gonna keep giving y'all that good content, man. Keep talking Knicks. And maybe a little Nick event coming up soon, a little giveaway too, man. Just make sure to stay up to date. Make sure to subscribe. Even turn on your notifications, because that there you get it live and direct. Even when the episodes drop, like here you go. Served you some breakfast because we release it early in the morning. So make sure to subscribe, man. It'll be much appreciated.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You already know the vibes, man. We up out of here. Peace.